In this presentation, we will highlight some of the key changes taking place in the Yakima School District that students and families can expect to see as we return to in-person hybrid learning in March 2021. This presentation is a collection of information, best practices, and guidance from the following organizations: the Yakima County Health District, Washington State's Department of Health, the state's Department of Labor and Industries, Governor Inslee's office, and OSPI. Personal protective equipment is required by the school district. The district will provide cloth face masks to all students and disposable masks as an alternative for any student who comes to school without a mask or needs a new one during school hours. Acceptable face coverings include those that cover your face and mouth, such as disposable masks, cloth masks, and face shields that include a mask. Gaiters are not an acceptable face covering for students. So what will getting to school look like for Yakima students? If your student rides the bus, transportation will look a little different this year. School bus drivers will be wearing a face mask at all times and may be wearing a face shield. Students will be required to wear an appropriate face mask in order to enter the bus. If your student has forgotten their face mask, bus drivers will have extra masks on hand. Bus drivers will ask students to sit socially distant where possible. However, students who are in the same household may sit together. All YSD buses will be disinfected daily before and after each use. Each day before entering a school building, all staff and students will be required to complete a health screening process. This daily health screening process ensures that you are symptom-free and have not experienced any recent COVID exposures. The first step of this process is to complete the YSD Health Attestation before leaving your home to see if your result allows you to attend your school in person or if you are to engage in online learning. The next step for students that receive a cleared result is to show your completed attestation to the building screener in order to enter the school building. The final step is completing a temperature check at school. This process will look a little different at each school building and for each grade level. Let's take a look at an elementary school example. At our elementary schools, all students will be provided attestation cards, a lanyard, and a pocket to hold your attestation card. These supplies will be provided to all students and families. If you need extras, please contact your school directly. To enter the school building, each student will show their completed attestation card to the staff member on site and then receive a temperature check to complete the process. All secondary students will access their daily health attestation through the website attest.ysd7.org. A link to the site is available on the YSD District website and will also be posted on signs outside of YSD buildings. Students will have to show their cleared attestation result to the building screener, and upon completing a temperature check, will be able to access the building, completing the screening process. Once students are in the building, moving about the building will look a bit different this year as well. Arrows and signs will be posted to help students and staff know where to walk in order to maintain 6 feet of social distancing. Floor markers will be placed to help students understand where to wait in lines and to keep a safe distance from others. Students and staff will walk on different sides of the hallway to create distance between each other. We also ask that all students please do not stop and talk in the hallways in order to maintain 6 feet of social distancing. Let's talk about what classrooms will look like this year. Students will have assigned seating charts and will be limited to one student at a desk in order to provide physical distance at all times. Plexiglass dividers may be used to keep a safe workspace and learning environment for staff and students. There will also be arrows and signs throughout the classroom to show how to best move throughout the room. Hand washing and/or sanitizing stations will be provided near all classroom entrances. Staff members will still be able to interact with students, but in a safe way to limit close contact, which is defined as within 6 feet of distance for no longer than 15 minutes. Through the use of personal protective equipment, limited contact time, plexiglass dividers, and room configurations, students and staff will still be able to interact and receive small group support when needed. What about restrooms? YSD restrooms will see some changes that limit the number of students present in them at any given time. Students may see limited stalls and/or sinks in order to provide social distancing while in the bathrooms. Restrooms will frequently be cleaned and hand washing supplies restocked throughout the day. When it comes to hand washing, all staff and students will be asked to practice frequent hand washing throughout the school day. Hand washing with soap and water is the preferred method. However, hand sanitizer will be provided throughout the school building when hand washing is not available. Students will have multiple opportunities to wash their hands and sanitize throughout the day, especially upon entering the building and entering classrooms. How will breakfast and lunch work? For elementary students, on in-person days, breakfast will be served at school and students will receive a grab-and-go lunch prior to leaving school. For remote days, breakfast and lunch will be served daily from 10:30 to 11:30 with curbside service. For secondary students, on in-person days, students will receive both breakfast and lunch as a grab-and-go meal. For remote days, breakfast and lunch will be served daily from 8 o'clock to 8:45 with curbside service. Will students be able to play on the playground? Yes, students will be able to play on the playground with other students, but they will be required to wear a mask during this time. There will be opportunities for students to also have a mask break, but these will need to occur outside, 6 feet away from other students and staff members, and at designated times scheduled by their classroom teacher. Finally, let's talk about our new cleaning and disinfection measures. The Yakima School District will continue to prioritize the cleanliness and safety of all school buildings. Cleaning and disinfecting occurs throughout the school day, at the end of each school day, and a deep cleaning on Wednesdays. The district is using CDC recommended cleaning and sanitizing products at each school building. To ensure the safety of our students and staff, drinking fountains will be turned off. However, water bottle refill stations will be kept on. Elementary students will have access to disposable paper cups to drink water when needed. Secondary students are welcome to bring a water bottle with them to school. Students should bring their YSD-issued laptop and charger to school with them each day. Please ensure your computer is charged prior to each school day. We hope this presentation has answered some of the questions as to what going back to school with our hybrid learning model will look like. We're looking forward to seeing you back in school.